we go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to consider the many it takes. The fact that it takes many. I was thinking today, that's what inspired today's stream topic, about all of the different projects, all of the different hopes and dreams being created right now that have money, these hopes and dreams of the creators thereof attached to it. You have a tick on your ear, bro. I'm gonna have to remove it. There you go. Yeah. There are many of us on planet Earth right now, all competing for the same stuff. All right. Maybe we don't really like the word competing in this space because it's not exactly something we identify with. We're not competing for anything. But on a real level, if there is, for instance, let's say a grant for young people to start businesses, and then there are 10 people that want grants for their businesses, and each of them gets a tenth or whatever, right? If 4, 7, if all of those businesses fail, that money has been spent, and the opportunity for many others to potentially do the same thing has gone with it, right? And it is this matter of, again, that there are many of us trying to get things done right now, trying to do things, trying to see something through. And I feel, I have this idea in my mind that there is so many of us that almost want to do the same thing, right? Like if we could identify the many that wanted to do one thing and then get that many to connect, and then we could identify another thing that many people wanted to do, and we could get all of those people to actually contribute and pool their resources, try and get this thing as the many to take off, I think there would be a lot more successful projects in the world. But the fact that there are so many of us, and the fact that in this many, every single one of us wants to be unique, wants to be successful, wants to be wealthy, to say it in so many words as well, there is this barrier, this resistance to bringing many people in to the fold, right? Because on a low level, if you're just starting a business, having many people there just complicates things, just makes it more difficult for you to actually get work done, and also now has the added caveat of you having to pay salaries, right? So the many can be detrimental in that way. But if you can get many other people, right, especially so from the outside world, to contribute to this thing you're trying to create, you will be enabled to bring the many in, right? So it's very much, at least in my mind, this problem of the many. That there are many of us on planet Earth, yet it feels very hard to reach that whole, right? For some reason, in my mind, it feels like the world is only a few million people, right? Experientially, it's like the many is a few million, but realistically, the many is billions. Thousands upon thousands of millions of people. That is pretty wild. And to be one of the many people that are born in this era on Earth. One of the many people that will be born in Africa, of all places. I've been thinking a lot about the quality of life that there is to be had. Thinking about the quality of life that is had by people outside of my country, into Africa. Great start to my morning. My whole exhaust pipe fell off of my car. That sounds like some Looney Tune ass shit, Connor. Jeeps, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I can't imagine. That's nice. Something. Many. I'm sure there are many other exhaust pipes. Hope you're having a better one than I. I'm not having a bad day in particular. Yeah. I was like consulting my inner self and to see if there's anything bad going on, and nah. I'm feeling pretty chill. I'm feeling a little bit within today's stream topic. I don't know if this I'm neutral. Oh geez, Connor. So sorry to hear that. Thank you, Kristen, for reaching out to. Yeah. Your exhaust falling off. I don't think that's supposed to happen. That's the thing that my mind is going down the rabbit hole of, is like, did someone not put your exhaust on properly? Did you hit a curb? Shadow, missed your friend. It's nice having Kristen here. Now that we have some different daytimes again, it's easier for her to be here earlier in stream. Am I right, Kristen? I get myself a little piece of nuggers. Going to no crush it. Huh. I've done many of these streams. That's true. And then I wonder if in the many that I've done, if there is a part of me in them. Yeah, it was pretty unreal. Not my fault in the slightest. I want to say I'm happy to hear that. Trusting that there's maybe some insurance that can help or something. This is some of Fino too. Some of my own homegrown stuffies. Again, I'm thinking about the many. Let me give you the direct attachment I have. The funny thing is, with the time change, I miss the end now. It's true. It's nice having you here for what it's worth, Kristen. Like that's what's important to me. I need a joint, but now I'm at work. Yeah, it's end of day for me. It's basically on its way to 4:20. It's gonna be 4:20 in 11 minutes. I'll do one for you, Connor. You can live vicariously through me. Today's stream topic is about the many that it takes, and you going to work and being at work means that you have assimilated yourself into a many. Right? And that many has a collective goal. And that collective goal is to work towards something that your company stands for. All right? And that is kind of like the gist of what I want to talk about today, is that there is power. That's what I want to like steer our minds towards, is that there is power in us coming together as a many like that. But the thing I'm feeling is this instance of people trying to do things, right? There is this grow box. So I don't know if that's necessarily the way to say it, but imagine I want to start a business where I create a box. And in this box, basically has little lights in it. And then I grow plants in those boxes. But the whole point of the box is for it to be open, like display units. And for these boxes to be put in places where people like these plants. Yeah, that's exactly the words I had to use. Something in the air. So the problem, however, is the execution of said box seems to be very much in line with people who had this idea and thought it was a good idea. And you can see there's many hands worked on that box for it to be as it is. And still, to my own judgment, it's not perfect. Right? It's missing some essentials. For instance, enough light. Right? And that's the first thing that I could see upon looking at said box. I was like, huh, this is not going to really do the job of actually growing plants properly. And even if you could grow proper plants, the actual box and the actual space within said box is so small that your proper plants wouldn't be very comfortable in that space. Doggy on his back is cute, right? Right, the plants wouldn't be very comfortable in that space. I'm like getting like an allergy attack right now. It seems nice. And there was this, I guess, continues to be excitement behind this product and uh, the void it fills, let's say. And upon seeing it myself, I can't help but feel I don't know if this thing is gonna make it, right? As a concept. I don't think the idea is bad, but I don't know if the execution is perfect. And I was thinking about the many. I was thinking about the many amounts of hours, days, months, years spent conceptualizing this idea. I was thinking about the many people that came together to try and make that idea what it is. I was thinking about the many people that had to be convinced, that still have to be convinced for this product to actually be something that other people would want to would want to have as well. I was thinking about the many hopes and dreams that was attached. What's the topic? Many. The topic is many. I never see it when it's vertical stream. I think it's hidden, right? We're talking about the many today, Nancy. About the many that is us as people, and the many that is all of the other things. The many of stuff that get in the way of us being people too. I'm focusing specifically today on this idea, this feeling of the many things that there are for us to do on Earth, and how I might want to do one of the many things, and you might want to do one of the many things. But because, hello mama, like moi, like you blow. Because I have a certain amount of resources, and you have a certain amount of resources, and you have that idea of the many you want to pursue, and I have the idea of the many I want to pursue. And maybe we do, both of us might end up failing because we don't have enough of the many. We don't have enough of the many that is people and their potential help as employees, people and their potential help as customers, the many that is the problems that come with starting a new business, right? And in that way, if the many of us that have many different things going on had less going on and had many people going on, you heard what I'm saying? We might get further as a species. But again, that feels like one of those things you would have to convince the many of, which I think is impossible. Because again, we want to be the beneficiaries of success. Hey, Jovan. Oh, what a pleasure it is to see your name here. Her, Blessed, Nancy, and Tunes and Shadow, MeltMore, Worky Lurkins, and Lurky Lovins to all of you beautiful, wholesome, humanimal critter creatures. We love you. Hi, Jovan. Dang, that tornado or tornadoes. Yep, like literally, the tornado was like touch directly. Here, Jovan is. Glad you had good shelter. Her house is built like a brick house. I said that like it's a joke, but literally, actually. It is true. I'm happy she's safe too. Jovan also now has power again. They did sort some things. En is dit aan? Vind ik mooi. Je mama ergens geweest? Oh. Shantai already has a ER ball. Is that happening sooner in the year than... Nice. Donderdag? Het kom. Het is niet die donderdag wat ik kom met aan dan. Het is volgende week donderdag. Ja. Nice. Looks nice. Mama? Oh. Je leeft mensen wijs. Mom made my sister a dress for... Ja, Steve, amper zeg, fuck it. Maar ik denk... Ja. Oh yes, pain. Oh, I like it. I like suffer. I'm gonna freaking ground the legs myself. Yeah, sister has a ER ball. What is that in English? EC ball. Yeah, EC ball. It's basically the leaders. Yeah, it's I think it's like a fundraiser for EC, and EC is basically the people who work for the school, but the kids that work for the school. The elected officials, the child elected. Literally, like you get the chance to labor, and then they give you a little bulky, like a little tap. It's like I'm special, right here. But you like mooiste samen? Mensen say like super cute. Thanks, super cute dress. Everything's pretty okay. Everyone is totally okay. It's true. Nobody got hurt at the very least. Then here it is on day 1538. Mel talked about it taking many. Oh, it do. It taking many old times. Do. The results came back the next day, and I found that the tornado started at my house. I'm so lucky that everyone is pretty okay. It was only an E1. Only 111 mile per hour winds. Yeah, only. You know? At least everyone is okay. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got dead. That is hopeful. Your mom is so talented. That she is. My mom likes being able to do things. Yeah, it's back. All right. Let's see what this Dynavap has to say. Trying to get myself set up the way I was before. Sweet. Dude, that is insane. Tornadoes are one of my biggest fears. For me too. I think I watched something as a child where there was like tornadoes and stuff. And a dude's his bonsais got sucked up by tornadoes. And they were like expensive ones, like $100,000 bonsais. And I was like, oh, this is bad. I don't want to ever bonsai. Well, that and failure. Am I scared of failure? My mind is messed up because it goes, you can't be scared of failure if you're already a failure. And to be honest, I don't really think I'm a failure, but I would also be honest in admitting that if someone else had to make an assessment, they might conclude that I am, right? And if I concluded the same, then I have already failed, and in that way I have nothing to fear. Huzzah, look at us reasoning ourselves out of failure. There we go. It takes many. It takes many failures, Kristen. Maybe that's one way to transition our minds. It takes many failures for us to succeed. It takes many failed attempts at trying to find love for us to. It takes many attempts at hopes and dreams for us to achieve them. It takes many friends, many colleagues, many people that can offer their support for us to do anything in this world. There is something to be said. There is something I wanted to say about the many it took. It took many of us for everything to be as it is right now. In California, we're waiting for the big one. You're waiting for a big tornado. It's like rolling over America right now. Is that what's happening? A hurricane. Is it a hurricane or cyclone? It was pretty scary, but my house is super extra safe. Yep. Built out of bricks. Jovan mentioned though that when she did go into her basement to, hunker down while the winds was raging, she put her hand against her building, her house, and she could feel it rumbling, right, and trembling with the amount of intensity that's happening outside. Like when the building is like shaking with you. That's when you know, Chelsea. uh, Trees were the ones that took the most damage. Not a single person hurt. Isn't that great? I think it did probably help that it happened in the AM hours. I'm wondering if people get more hurt during the day with tornadoes than in the nighttime. It makes sense to me. No, big earthquake. Ah, you're waiting for a big earthquake? Hey Google, is there a big earthquake coming for California? Hey Maggie Tao, have I seen your username before? I don't know. Maybe I'll see it again. Bless you, friend. It's nice having you here. Tell us. Today's stream topic is about the many it takes. Maybe you can tell us a story about many. In whatever way it comes up to your mind. Maybe you had many things. Maybe you met many people. Maybe there were many experiences, one after another, that all had something to do with each other. Let us know. It is very likely that the Hayward Fault will rupture and produce a significant earthquake within the next 30 years. Experts told New Creek that California's next major seismic event is most likely to occur in the southern part of the state. Moreover, Southern California has a 36% chance of M7. That doesn't sound good. M7? I see. Like, could face the big one. Didn't you say the exact same? Yeah, waiting for the big one. Could California face big one? Earthquake swing. This was published pretty recently in February. Jeebs. The last one was in 1868. Is there a... Oh my goodness. Yeah, like you're rarely going above like 4 magnitude. And this one is supposed to be an M7. Is that an M7.5? Or a magnitude? Yeah, it is. Magnitude 7.5 or even magnitude 8. The big one in California lacks scientific evidence, specific scientific definition, but generally considered to be a magnitude 8 plus minus event on the plate foundry fault. Wow. Holy shit. Los Angeles has been no stranger to natural disasters. The wildfires burned and destroyed 48,000 acres and 16,000 homes and businesses. Killed only 29 people. I'm sorry for those people's losses, but I'm happy that the numbers aren't more comparable, right? 16,000 homes. Like, there's a lot of people that lives in homes, and there's a lot of people that work in businesses, and it only killed 29. Like, that could be one business's worth of people, right? That couldn't make it out. I think that is impressive as well. Jeeps. What a world. Getting freaking wildfired, and then, you start rebuilding, and then you get M8. You get M7 or M8. That would be a little bit much. Let me tell you, it takes many constant steps. Oh, what Kristen is saying. I'm sorry for my sniffing. I don't know if it's the grass that I came and sat on, but it is doing me a wallop. I'm not particularly just uncomfortable. It's just not exactly fun sniffing. Going back down the rabbit hole of taking steps forward, consistently taking steps forward, acknowledging that this is a step forward. This right now, the many of us that have come together to be in this space have found ourselves here. Gotta run, but I dropped the goodbye message if you want to use it later. Effect love ends. Thank you, Kristen. I was just about actually to finish this vertical stream. I'll show you yesterday's piece by Kristen and she being nice. This is what yesterday's looked like. And then the poem that went associated with it. You can progress. The poem is called. In the quiet pulse of existence, evolution whispers in every breath, a slow, relentless unfolding of what we are and what we might yet become. There is a tenderness in our growth, even when it arrives cloaked in pain, a reminder that transformation, no matter how uncomfortable, is the art of not surrendering. Our bodies, our hearts, our minds carry the marks of ancient struggles, the scars of a past where each moment was a battle against the odds and each small victory a seed for tomorrow's resilience. In the ever changing dance, we find strength in our persistence, in the quiet defiance of the worn and weary. For every ache is a stepping stone to a deeper, wiser self. Let your discomfort be a gentle guide, a nudge that evolution is at work, a soft urging to rise, to keep moving forward, transforming pain into the poetry of an unyielding spirit, ever reaching towards the light. Feels very familiar, almost like deja vu as a poem. Love is true. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me, for finding yourself here for a moment so we can share this one. I'll see you, friends, again in the next one. I appreciate ya, and I'll see you soon.